Hypnosis was challenging. The extra heat was a little bit more to deal with than expected, so it was kind of a bad race night, but just learned lessons to take care of your hydration and nutrition a lot better.
It was the hardest race I have ever done to date. The heat, I think, really played a factor. I thought I was more prepared than I was, and I was nervous all day, so I didn't eat good. I also am running with a friend, and there was no moon, it was so dark, and I told her, I'm so miserable, I might have to, stop, and she's like, you're not leaving me out in the blackness by myself. At mile 11 and a half, everything shifted, and I felt it finally stopped, and I felt and I just went, and it was like a whole new race to me then, and to finish, it was great.
Hypnosis, we were all kind of freaked out about it. You get the race week emails with you have to have this surprise gear, and we saw the temperatures climbing, so it was a little freaky kind of gearing up and getting ready for it. I was really glad I had the short loop done first, because that was the more technical one, and it was nice to just kind of get that out of the way. It wasn't a fast race for me, but it was okay. It was really, really hot. I just struggled to stay cool the whole time, but it worked, and I finished, so I feel good about that one.
So in Hypnosis, I was completely shocked when I crossed the finish line at 2:15 in the morning. I thought it was midnight. I didn't have my training watch with me, so I didn't know what miles were going by. It just completely unprepared, and so I feel so much better and more prepared today. Let's see if my time shows that.
I switched up my training to more than concentrating on the mileage to concentrating on the time out. Being out for 4 hours is what I did for trying to prepare for tonight.
For me, it was more the miles. I'm upping every week. I'm upping my long run by 2 miles, and so because I've never completed these distances before, every week I boost my confidence so much more. I'm like, yay, I went this much farther, and I went this much farther, and because before this I had only done halves, and so each new training is so much more, and now I'm up to 24 miles, so today's hey, it's good. I just want to make sure that the heat isn't a factor.
I think I've just been sticking to my regular schedule of my long runs on Saturdays, trying to get those up. My schedule's gotten a little bit weird, so it's been more challenging for me to get the long runs in, so I've had to do things like do half of it Friday night and half Saturday morning. And I also work out outside in the afternoon, so just that heat training, kind of getting me used to exertion in the heat has been pretty good. I did Big Pine back in June, and that was kind of my mental, hey, if you can do this at altitude, 27K or whatever it was, then you can do the 31. And so I'm feeling okay just because I've done that in June.
Yeah, I've joined the trail leggers in some nighttime training to get a little bit more accustomed to the heat. I've had a 19-mile run, a 20-mile run, so I've increased my distance. Yeah, so tonight my plan is to try an ultramarathoner, Magda Bollet. So she uses just fluids. She just uses hydration, which is supposed to give your gut a rest as opposed to trying to digest. So I'm gonna see how that works for me tonight.
The running in the monsoons has been magical. Sunrise and sunset with these clouds that take up the entire sky, and you get every color possible, or you see the rain going in the distance, and you're kind of deciding oh, am I going to do this in the wind? The seasonal change has been amazing. I haven't really been able to get out of town for a lot of training, but it's been beautiful just seeing the desert this time of year.
Oh, absolutely. We did a 4th of July run just on Daisy Mountain in Anthem, and that kind of won back my confidence. So it wasn't a very long distance. It was only 8 miles from my home, but I came off of Hypnosis really discouraged, and I had a beautiful day. I felt like a little rabbit running through the desert, and it felt good. So
I like the white tanks. They scare me a little bit. I like them though, because I always see them when I'm driving, and they look completely flat, from the 101. And then when you get closer, you start seeing the layers, and I just get struck with how incredible and beautiful it is out here. I'm kind of excited about redemption. I was DNF'd in the 31K a couple years ago because of the weather. So this one has really been like in my head a lot.
So I've done one loop and I thought it was beautiful. We came, the training run was a few weeks ago when there was fireworks. It was right before 4th of July, so it was like, this is so amazing. It's a beautiful course, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm like, hey, it's just 3 easy 10Ks and we're done.
So the other trails I was not at all familiar with, and I feel so much better knowing the trail. We did one night training run out here, so I know the course, and I have a strategy, and know what my time, what I want to do each loop, what kind of time I want to finish in each loop, so that I feel like I stay on track.
Each one that I finish and feel good at the end boosts my confidence a lot more. It helps from the confidence that got hurt at Hypnosis for sure.
There's some really awesome wood carved medals for each one of the series, and I'm pretty excited about getting that one next month. It's gonna probably be the coolest and most valued medal that I'm gonna have.
Absolutely completion of what I signed up to do, what I registered to do. I decided I was going to do the Evolution Pass, and I just want to finish. I would feel let down if I didn't reach that accomplishment.
Yeah, I agree. I'm ready to get it as I'm finishing the 50s the first time because I'm not wanting to train to that distance. I cry at dog food commercials. I will totally be crying coming across the finish line. I know I will because I'm just so excited to be able to do that finally.